Well, graduation season is in full swing, and thousands of young adults will soon be trying to enter the workforce. Our next guest, Linda Garib, is a regional vice president of a local staffing company and is here with some timely tips for those new grads. Good morning, Linda.
Good morning, Cheryl.
Oh, the interview process has begun for a lot of these students, or will get underway soon. And there's some things that you're going to tell us about that they need to know.
Yeah, it's definitely, graduation time of year. A lot of students are out there looking for jobs, and it's a great time to look for a job. Unemployment, for college graduates right now is at 2.4%,
wow,
which is a 10-year low. So there's a lot of opportunities out there. But, grads are still, got a lot of questions about what should they do, how should they pursue their search. And we get a lot of questions asking us, if I see a job description, but I don't have all the qualifications listed, should I still apply for that job? And I tell them, if you have about 75% of what's listed or more, yes, go ahead and apply for the job. Because a lot of times in job descriptions, companies are putting information out there because they want the perfect candidate. But in today's world, the perfect candidate may not be there. So if you have 75% or more, go ahead and apply for that job.
And they're probably overselling it too. They're, like you say, they're hoping they'll get somebody with most of those skills.
Exactly. They want, again, that ideal candidate that has everything, but they will take someone that has 75% of the skills. I mean, one of the things that we see in the world today is certainly the technical qualifications are important for a role, but also the interpersonal skills and the soft skills are just as important, if not more important. So even though you may not have everything they're looking for technically, if you've got the personality, you may still get the role.
Explain what some of those soft skills are.
Yeah, it's things like, people's communication skills. It's their ability to work well in a team-based environment, which is very important in today's world. It's their ability to wear different hats at different points, and really how they present themselves. And, are they energetic? Are they passionate? And do they have transferable skills that can lend themselves to various needs that an employer might have?
So that's something that a graduate should be working on now, or should have been working on while they were in college.
While they were in college, yeah. Hopefully they did some, internships, or even maybe they had some part-time jobs, things where they had to deal with the public, so it helped hone their customer service skills, things where they got to, try different things to see what is it that they like the best and what is it that they, would want to pursue in a career. One of the other questions we get very often is, my internship. I really liked my internship. Should I ask that employer for a full-time position? And I tell people, absolutely. I mean, if it's something that you're enjoying, that you feel like is a good match for you, go ahead and sooner rather than later talk to your manager and see, is there an opportunity for you to go full-time with that company? And the person you're reporting to may not have it in their budget in that particular department, but they could introduce you maybe to other managers at that company that are looking to hire recent grads.
That networking is very important.
Networking is very important in today's world. That's another question we get. If I'm trying to find a position that's not exactly in my major, how do I start my search? And I tell people, networking is key. Over 60% of positions in today's world are still filled by referrals. So it's a lot about who do you know? Who do your parents know? Who do your professors know? For individuals today, especially recent grads, if they're not on LinkedIn, I encourage them to go ahead and set up a profile on LinkedIn, which is a professional networking site, and start getting connected with groups that are of interest to them, because that could also open some doors.
Now, you probably also get a lot of questions about resumes. They might say, I don't have a lot to put on my resume, or do I need to do a directed resume for each job? What's the answer?
Yeah. Resumes are important, but I tell recent grads, keep your resume to one page, keep it bulleted, keep it concise, and you don't have to have a lot on there, and that's okay. Again, if you've had any work experience or internship experience, make sure you're highlighting that, but keep things like objectives off the resume, keep pictures off the resume, and then references don't need to go on the resume. So you want to keep it concise, you want to keep it to the point, and yes, you want to have multiple resumes that you're catering to different positions, because sometimes what companies are doing is they're just doing a quick scan of resumes and seeing, do you have some of the key words on there that they're looking for, and that's sort of how you're getting the first pass through.
And you mentioned pictures, which made me think of social media. We have to be really careful about what's out there on social media that a potential employer can find.
Yes, and employers today are going out on social media more and more to see what they see about you, especially on things like Facebook Facebook, and Instagram. So is your information private or is it public? And you have to really be aware of, as a job seeker and a recent grad, what does your digital footprint look like? Are there any unflattering pictures out there? Because if there are, that might be the difference of you getting a job or not getting a job. I suggest to people, do a Google search on yourself. Go on Google, type in your name, and see what comes up. And would you want an employer to see that? If you do, great. If you don't, you might have some explaining to do.
You might have to start scrubbing the internet.
Right.
Linda, thanks so much for joining us today. Some great tips for those new grads.